Two things almost nobody will teach you about mold in Miami: how to read a lab report before you pay anyone $1, and how to know when you don't even need a test. I'm Daniel Leon, a Florida licensed mold assessor, and here's the honest version. But first, why independent matters. In Florida, the law separates two jobs: the person who assesses and tests for mold and the person who removes it. Under Florida statute, chapter 468, a licensed assessor cannot remediate the same structure they just assessed. That's not my company's rule, that's state law. And it exists to protect you from a conflict of interest. When the inspector also sells the cleanup, every finding has a $sign attached. We only assess and test. We never remediate. So when I tell you what I found, there's no upsell behind it. Here's something most people get backwards. I don't hunt for mold. I hunt for moisture. Mold is the symptom. Water is the cause. So the first tool out of my bag is a moisture meter. This number tells me whether a wall is wet behind the surface where you can't see it. If the moisture is normal, that's genuinely good news, and I'll tell you that. Next is the thermal camera, and I want to be precise because people misunderstand it. A thermal camera does not see mold. It sees temperature differences. A cool patch on a ceiling points me to where moisture might be hiding, so I know where to check. It's a map, not a diagnosis. Here in South Florida, there's one spot I check on almost every job: the AC air handler and the return. Our climate runs warm and humid nearly year-round, and the air handler is the one place in your home that's constantly cold and damp at the same time. That's why a musty smell so often traces back to your vents. If you've searched musty smell from my AC, this is why. I'm not going to tell you it's dangerous. I'm going to tell you what I objectively find, document it, and hand you a report you can act on. When testing makes sense, I take air samples. And here's the step DIY kits skip entirely. I take an outdoor sample first. Why? Because mold spores are everywhere. Outside is the natural baseline. A number inside your home means nothing until you compare it to what's normal outside your home that day. Without that baseline, an indoor spore count is just a scary looking number with no context. That's the single biggest reason a $20 hardware store kit can mislead you. Now the part I promised: how to read a lab report. Our samples go to an AIHA-accredited lab, which is the accreditation standard for this analysis. Three things I want you to look for. One, the genus, the type of mold identified. A lab identifies the type. Color alone, is it black mold, is not an identification. Two, the indoor count versus that outdoor baseline. Higher inside than outside is what matters, not the raw number. Three, what the report does not say. A lab report identifies what's present. It does not diagnose your health, and it does not tell you a house is safe or unsafe. Those aren't scientific terms. And here's the part a cleanup company will never tell you. Sometimes you don't need a test at all. If you can see mold growing on a small area from an obvious leak you've already fixed, testing may not change what you do next. I'll tell you that honestly because I don't make money on the removal. My only job is to give you an accurate picture. An independent assessment is worth it when the cause is hidden, when there's a dispute, a landlord, an HOA, an insurance claim, a home purchase, or when you need documentation both sides will accept. A neutral report is the one document a buyer, a seller, a tenant, and an adjuster can all trust. If you're in Miami, Miami Beach, or anywhere in South Florida, and you want an honest, independent look, not a sales pitch, that's what we do. Assessment and testing only. Lab verified, no conflict of interest. Call or text us at 305-244-7379 or book online at moldassessmentservices.com/book. And if this helped, subscribe. I break down one real inspection topic every week.